Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to the final video of Tuesday. This is all about relics, and we're going to be getting into it. There's a few things like I'm going to be covering tomorrow, like an MCN. I'm not putting this voice on, as I said in the video yesterday, like since coming back from holiday, this is the second time in a row. Yeah, got unwell, and it looks like it is COVID. So yeah, I think it's the first time I've ever had COVID, and yeah, so it's not recommended. It's definitely not recommended. So I'm going to be trying to keep it easy with what I'm doing, and focus on getting well and feeling well. I think that's the main thing to reduce. So like after the stream yesterday, oh man, not good. But you know, I'm still kind of like I've got energy, so let's kind of like let's do some stuff. And the stuff in particular is relics. Relics are out at the moment. Lots of things for this. Broken in places, not in others. Oh, by the way, I'm saving. I don't know if anybody else is saving because you have 6 days until these particular rewards expire. Well, it says that claimable items expire 8 hours, but I need to claim that actually because we've got the new reset of the Glory Store and the fantastic things that come with it. I got to make sure not overstretch my voice. That's bad. Let's open up some relics and kind of talk about these. A lot of confusion with these particular relics. First of all, finding the relic. It's in Shard Crystal section, and I've got so this video will probably be my first ever relic opening, which is nice. There's also some things to be mentioned about other areas of the game and like stuff here. Thronebreaker relic crystals, which what are the percentages? 2.5% for a 5-star relic. Oh my god. There's more to be made of this one. I do think it's kind of like a bit it's very much well dominated with this particular stuff. Not great, but exciting. I've got to be somewhat excited for relics coming in. Also, I've thought a great point. So shout out to my good friend Super Duper Boo on Twitter. Saw this amazing point about this. Do you remember when the cutscenes were for relics and how relics were more about items of rarity within Marvel? And I love that. I thought that was a fantastic idea. But this is like this whole, you know, you're collecting a battle cast, the champion kind of like trophy thing. Kind of made me think of like, oh, is this it? It's like you're just collecting champions. It doesn't feel anything unique. Like imagine if there was Stormbreaker, the golden hammer. Imagine if you were collecting that. You know, you were collecting versions of that, which would be really cool. And like a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star version of Stormbreaker, the hammer wielded by Beta Ray Bill. And how cool that would be. Or items of significance. A Mjolnir here, a like repulsor, or a arc reactor, like a Tony Stark arc reactor. Imagine if you were collecting a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star version that was all about, I don't know, tech. And I think that Command missed the trick here with the way that they could have dealt with this. In any case, let's get to the focus point of opening up some of these relics. I've got 3 to open. This is the third one. 3 stars. And hopefully it's a kind of a good spread. And there's no duplicates, which it doesn't look like there is. So at least I've got something to benefit the Mystic, the Mutant, and Cosmic Line. Yeah. So the Cosmic Line, I think I'm going to go with King Groot, potentially. Not 100% sure. We'll have to see. This depends on where the future is. And 4 stars. 4-star relic, which would be nice. Come on. There we go. Let's... I need a good kind of like thumbnail, so I'll take a screenshot there. Now, what will this be? Will it be exactly the same? Will it be something new? It's a storm. Okay, it's a different one. It's a new one. Good. Well, it just depends on like where I could feel like this could adequately apply. Especially with Cyber Weekend coming up at the latter point of the week. Preparation is going to be important. I'm not sure about this. I thought I picked up 5-star relic shards. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I thought I picked up some. That is kind of weird. I'm going to just double check this because I thought I picked up some on the path. No, it's only an expiration you get 1,000. I just didn't know the scheme of like how Kabam kind of like are doing this, but anyway, it is what it is. these particular relics. Have a tutorial of how these things are done. Relics are powerful artifacts, blah 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 blah. I've done a full video on this one when I had the beta of it. You click on that, you customize it, you then go right. Every relic is crafted to represent a striker you can summon on, so I can summon a storm to come and help me. Rampage buff, increasing attack rating while unblockable. Select champion. I really don't want to do that. I know you can unselect them in any case, but bind it to it. Yeah, that's fine. Like, well, I need to get off this particular, maybe later. Unbind for free. There we go. So I needed to do that in any case. I haven't really decided like what I'm doing with it, because there's a lot of things when it comes to like what you do with it, because it's easy to feel lost with this particular stuff, and this is why you need the information as to best suited, like recommended champions: Bishop, Sauron, Havoc, Storm, Pyramid X. And we said as well like how these will be. I don't think until next year. I think January time, season 4. Is it season 4? I don't know. Maybe season 4, or maybe season 5 of Battlegrounds is probably when it will be season 4 when you find how much of an impact these relics are going to have for defensive options. That's going to be a little bit tricky, because like if you go against Bishop, Sauron, Havoc, not really Storm, Pyramid X. I don't find Storm, Pyramid X too tricky, but definitely Bishop, Sauron, and Havoc are champions that are really difficult to go up against from a defensive perspective. And if you're adding these things, so are you benefiting the defensive or the offensive? So gain rampage buff, increasing attack rating while unblockable. Champions are going to go unblockable and do damage. It's each time the champion lands a hit while unblockable, gain the following effects for the rest of the fight. Max hits, you get prowess, effect, potency. So it could be very, very kind of tricky from a defensive perspective. Do these only affect the offensive? I can't remember which one was the case with it, but you have to, with the auto fight, know to do a striker move. Again, that's another kind of like theory right there. So the questions may be like, do you want to actually grasp on a... The question may be to you like, do you actually want to apply a relic? Some may say yes and some may say no. At the moment, you can experiment because you've got this kind of not so strict binding and unbinding situation. Yes, from a tiering perspective, it will be like you will end up having to spend units on the tiers as you go, but you may be in a position of going like, well, I don't really have any champions that I feel deserve to have a relic kind of associated with them. I more than likely will go with Thor being attached to King Groot, because it says here like the last hit grants an aptitude buff, increasing the potency of Fury, Armor Up, and Precision buffs by 3.2%. I love this Thor battlecast. I think that it's a great one for a lot of cosmic-based champions. And indeed, with having the likes of King Groot, which is a champion that builds Fury, and also has it will benefit off of aptitude because it's a Fury buff. I think that's going to be like a good fixture. Same thing with Medusa. The same thing with like a whole host of champions, really, a whole host of cosmic based champions. And yeah, so like that's kind of like really, really cool. As I said, I'm still much on the fence when it comes to kind of like relics, because again, it just goes back to the situation of like the originality, uniqueness is kind of lost, and would have liked to have seen these kind of delivered in a certain way that didn't feel like we are against Wales as non-spending players to try and like get up there. But we'll have to see how the future holds with how much Kabam are willing to give out to Paragon level players, to any level players, but also when it comes to deals, and also what's included in things like stores. How much of a grind it is from the likes of Battlegrounds, which now has too much of an emphasis on a grindy event. So there's a lot more grind. It's like going out to get champions, but also going into a separate mode in order to grind more shards and get more champions and stuff. So it's kind of like as I've said in I think it was the MCN or like a video the other day, was like it just feels like we've got a lot more grind. We're grinding a lot more in MCOC nowadays. But yeah, lots to experiment around with. If you're a bit lost, I'm going to try and do like a 2-minute video on like Battlegrounds, Relics Explained. But I'm going to try and do it when, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, especially when, like, you know, my throat's kind of like a bit better and I'm not feeling so kind of drained and aches and pains that comes with the dreaded C word. Thank God I got a vaccine, otherwise I'm sure it would have been a lot worse on symptoms and things like that. But yeah, that's been a video. I didn't want to make a too like long-winded video on this. I wanted to open up my first ever Relics. As I said, I'm still indifferent on this of how to like this changes the dynamic of things, and yeah, I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of things when it comes to prestige changes, prestige bumps and stuff like that, because like I got Relic prestige now of an extra 50, which puts mine up to 15,127, so that already is going to start wailing out to try and help with the bump of prestige. And especially I'll have a bit more kind of like thought process on these particular crystals here, these Relic Thronebreaker Relic crystals, Uncolored Relic crystals. That's another story for another day. We'll have to see what happens with Cyber Weekend deals at the end of the week. But what's your thoughts on Relics so far? Have you played about with them? As I said, I've already done videos on this. I'm probably going to set up a playlist and start working on like my Relics and kind of stuff in the coming days. So look out for that content. Thank you very much for watching this video. And I'm going to try and get some sleep and rest and get better in the morning. So yeah, thanks very much, and check out some other content located on screen. Much love for now. Bye bye, and bye bye.